cluster A. Cluster A has three types. Cluster A के पास तीन तरीका है, तीन. Cluster B is very important to understand, ladies and gentlemen. Cluster C is actually very important to understand because cluster C also includes multiple things. Personality. It's a so beautiful word, just looking like a wow and elegant. Personality, which is very important. And on the topic of personality development and how to develop personality, we have already discussed. But today we are going to discuss about personality disorders. And this personality word is really very attaching, very connecting, very emoting word. क्योंकि हमें दूल्हा भी चाहिए, मैं तो मुझे नहीं चाहिए, लड़कियों को चाहिए दूल्हा पर्सनालिटी वाला, लड़कों को चाहिए दुल्हन अच्छी पर्सनालिटी वाली, लोगों को टीचर चाहिए अच्छा पर्सनालिटी वाला, लोगों को अच्छे लोग चाहिए पर्सनालिटी वाले, और लोग रिश्ता भी उन्हीं से बनाना चाहते हैं पर्सनालिटी वालों से, दोस्ती भी करना चाहते हैं पर्सनालिटी वालों से. पर्सनालिटी इज ऑल अबाउट quality. Personality is all about the quality of a person, and this personality is really very important. We all must understand this personality, that how to make that personality or that type of personality so that we can fascinate and impress others. We can hypnotize others. भैया जी हम सबको impress कर ले, इसी personality बना के रखते हैं. Dynamic बनाए, impactful बनाए, magnetic बनाए, charming बनाए, gorgeous बनाए, awesome बनाए और impressive बनाए. We all want that. हम सब वो चाहते हैं. But the point is that we somewhere get failed. We somewhere get out of this zone. We somewhere don't understand that what is an impactful personality. So today I would like to tell you about that. But before talking about an impactful and dynamic personality, I would like to discuss in this video, in this chapter, the personality disorder. Personality disorder is actually one of the biggest disease, one of the worst disease which you all are, some or max number of the people are facing. Personality disorder is increasing, is being generalized and is being normal nowadays in everyone's life, in common lives. So that is why we are going to discuss about personality disorder. ये पर्सनालिटी डिसऑर्डर क्या है? जब आपकी पर्सनालिटी का ऑर्डर आदेश ना चले तो आपके पास पर्सनालिटी डिसऑर्डर आ जाता है. पर्सनालिटी डिसऑर्डर का मतलब क्या है कि व्हेन यू फील एंशियस, जब आप एंशियस फील करो, डिप्रेस फील करो, लो फील करो, एनर्जी लेस फील करो, जब आप लोगों से जलने लगो, जब आपके पास डिप्रेशन, फ्रस्ट्रेशन, एंजाइटी आ जाए, जब आप निगेटिव थॉट्स आपके पास आने लगे, लगातार थॉट्स आने लगे, इंपल्सिव बिहेवियर हो जाए, गलत नेचर बन जाए, ओवर तरीके की ओवर थिंकिंग टाइप की थॉट्स आने लगे, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट पर्सनालिटी डिसऑर्डर. व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट एंड व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू अंडरस्टैंड. You don't like those people who don't like to listen to you. You don't like those people who don't behave with you properly. You don't like those people who have bad character or a bad nature. You don't like those people who are negative. You don't like those people who are lazy. You don't like those people who are anxious, depressed, frustrated, feeling low, lazy, and all these types of varieties and all these behaviors and natures and habits you don't like in others people, right? So feel and think about the same thing, that if you are having this personality disorder or these habits in your life or in yourself, what will happen and what will other people do with you? They will just distance themselves from you, and you will feel really low, loneliness and alone, and you will feel like, oh my god, my world is just full of darkness. Let's start. Personality disorder. First of all, what is personality disorder? Personality disorder is not all about that you are without legs. Personality disorder is not all about that you are without hand. Personality disorder is not all about you are without eyes. Personality disorder is not all about that you are without hair, that you have a bald patch or bald. Personality disorder that it's not all about that you have one kidney and one kidney has got failure and one kidney is lost. The personality is not about your physical mode or physical appearance, but personality is all about in the terms of thoughts, in the terms of thinking, behaving, putting your nature, character, and a kind of interacting to the people, socializing with others, interpersonal skills, talking and communication skills. These are in the personality development and personality disorders. When you lack all these skills, when you are not able to communicate properly, you have a personality disorder. When you are not able to understand your thoughts, every bit of point, you have personality disorder. When you are not actually capable or able to make relationship with others in a proper way, in a positive relation, you have the personality disorder. When you are not able to articulate your points, you have a personality disorder. When you are not able to actually convince others and make others happy, you have a personality disorder. Nowadays, what is our society being? Our society is being more rigid. It's going towards more rigidness. And what do you mean by rigidness? What do I mean by rigidness? Rigidness means where you feel that you are perfect, where you feel that you are master, where you feel that you are complete, where you feel that you don't need others, where you feel that isolated, where you feel that distant from others, where you don't respect others, where you don't respect and value others' points and for opinions and point of views. That is actually called rigidness, and rigidness is also one of personality disorder. Let's talk about personality disorder, and I have divided personality disorder into three parts, into clusters: cluster A, cluster B, cluster C, cluster A, cluster B, cluster C, cluster A, cluster B, cluster C. So let's understand through clusters. First of all, cluster A. Cluster A has three types. क्लस्टर ए के पास तीन तरीका है, तीन टाइप्स है, तीन प्रकार है. तो क्लस्टर ए में उस तरीके की पर्सनालिटी के बारे में बात होती है, उस तरीके के बिहेवियर के बारे में बात होती है. जो इंसान दूसरों से रिश्ता बनाना नहीं चाहता वो क्लस्टर ए में आता है. जो इंसान दूसरों से भागता है, जो इंसान दूसरों की इज्जत नहीं करता, जो इंसान खुद में अपने आप को अकेला महसूस करता है और उसको लगता है ही फील्स दैट ही इज कंप्लीट, वो पूरी तरीके से मुकम्मल है. लेकिन ढूंढने से मुकम्मल जहां नहीं मिलता और अपने आप में ही खो जाओ तो क्या मकान नहीं मिलता. दैट इज वाई यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट यू नीड टू इंटरेक्ट विद अदर्स, बिकॉज actually you are going to make your business and make your customers and make your employees, clients through others, right? That's why interacting and networking is very important. Now let's talk about cluster A. So cluster A has three types. Type number A. Type number A is paranoid. What is paranoid? Paranoid personality disorder. Paranoid personality, try to listen and listen very carefully, right? Paranoid personality disorder is all about where you don't want to make relationship with others, where you don't value others, where you don't want to talk to others, where you don't want to actually engage with others, where you don't want to socialize. That is actually paranoid personality disorder, which is absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. And if you don't do that, you are going to actually get failures in your life. Now we talk about the personality cluster A type 2. What is cluster A type 2? That is schizoid. And schizoid means where you feel emptiness, where you feel loneliness, but you don't want to engage others, you don't respect others, you don't want relationship, you hate relationship, you hate the people, you dislike the people, interactions in relationship. That is called schizoid. Schizoid personality disorder, which is actually a sister and brother of that paranoid personality disorder, where you need to understand that, excuse me, I must get rid of this or overcome this personality disorder, otherwise it is going to affect you, affect me, and affect all the people who have the schizoid personality disorder. Let's talk about the cluster A type C or type 3, and that is schizotypal personality disorder. And what is schizotypal personality disorder? It's all about the thought, the behavior, the nature, the kind of incessant thought, the impulsive and compulsive thoughts, where your thoughts are changed, where you don't have a fixed thought, the strong thought, the solid thought, the firm thought, and where your thoughts are not going to be accepted by the society and by others because you have a different thoughts. You have impulsive thoughts. You just like to love and respect your thoughts only, and you're not going to put let the people allow the people to put their thoughts and express themselves. That is called schizotypal personality disorder. Like, get rid of it and just get away from it. Let's talk about the cluster B. We have already discussed about three types of cluster A, and let's talk about the cluster B. Cluster B is very, very important to understand, ladies and gentlemen. Cluster B, the first type, number A, which is antisocial. If you are antisocial and if you have antisocial kind of stigma and thoughts, you are in the cluster B of the personality disorder of this antisocial. Antisocial is actually very, very bad, and the worst, we could say that. If you are antisocial, you are not going to engage others, you are not going to make relationship with others, you are not going to socialize others, and you are not going to value others' points and views. That is why being antisocial is a kind of personality disorder, and you must get rid of it, and you must overcome it, and you must join Happiness Institute to overcome this for the training purpose, right? Let's talk about another point, another type, which is histrionic. And histrionic is all about where you have a procreative sexual desire, the physical relationship desire and thought, incessant thought for the sexual desire, which is absolutely very bad, that you want to engage with others and you want to have the physical relationship with others without any cause, and you don't want to give the time, you are not very serious about the relationship for the relationship, and you have a provocative sexual desire, which is absolutely wrong and which is a personality disorder. You must get rid of it. And if you are affected by this, ladies and gentlemen, histrionic, right? Let's come to the third. And third is actually very, very important, narcissistic. Narcissistic is very important to understand. And narcissistic means where you actually only value yourself, where you want to be admired where you want to be aspired, where you want to be appreciated, where you want only importance for yourself, for your life, and you don't value others. कि आप दूसरों से सिर्फ आप ये अपेक्षा करते हो कि वो आपकी तारीफ करें. आपकी कोई अगर क्रिटिसिज्म, आलोचना कर देगा, आप पे कमेंट कर देगा, आपकी बुराई कर देगा, तो आप उसे बिल्कुल असमर्थ हो जाएंगे उस चीज को एक्सेप्ट करने में, उस चीज को अपनाने में. एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी डिसऑर्डर इज कॉल्ड narcissistic personality disorder, which is absolutely very bad in the cluster B. Now we have the fourth type, and that is called borderline. Borderline is very important to understand. In the borderline, you have a type of thought where you don't actually try to engage others and you don't try to value others. You are neither ready to socialize nor ready to just make relationship. You're not ready to actually connect with them. You just think that you are complete, you have the world, you appreciate yourself and always feel for appreciation, feel for admiration, feel for कि लोग आपके लिए तालियां बजाएं, और आप ही आप हो, आप सबके बाप हो, आपका कोई हक नहीं, आप पे किसी का हक नहीं, आप बस आप हो. एंड दिस काइंड ऑफ थॉट इज एक्चुअली किलिंग फॉर यू. ये थॉट आपके लिए पूरी तरीके से किलिंग है, एंड दिस विल स्पॉइल यू. ये पूरी तरीके से आपको बर्बाद कर देगी. हमने बात कर ली क्लस्टर ए की, हमने बात कर ली क्लस्टर बी की. वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट क्लस्टर ए एंड क्लस्टर बी, एंड वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट द 3 टाइप्स इन द क्लस्टर ए, एंड वी हैव टॉक्ड अबाउट 4 टाइप्स इन द क्लस्टर बी. नाउ लेट्स टॉक अबाउट द क्लस्टर सी. Cluster C is actually very important to understand because cluster C also includes multiple things, like 3 types. In cluster C, we have the first one, that personality disorder, which is called avoidant personality disorder, where you have a kind of a stigma and thought that you feel avoidant from the society. You feel always avoidant, avoided, and you avoid the things. You are in self. You have your own belief, own trust, own kind of perceptions, and that's it. You feel avoidant, and you just try to avoid others and society and impositions and instructions like that. You have that kind of personality disorder. Then the second personality disorder, which is included in the cluster C, that is called dependent personality disorder. Dependent personality disorder is actually a kind of a stigma that where you feel dependent on others, where you feel emotionally weak, where you feel logically weak, where you feel always weak, and you want the appreciation for the others, the encouragement from others, always the cooperation of others, the help of others, the hands of others. It means that this is absolutely very, very killing for you, because this will spoil your life. That is why you must keep in your mind that always you must not be dependent, and if you're going to be dependent, it's a kind of personality disorder, and this personality disorder is going to affect you for a long period of time, and you're going to lose yourself. Then let's come to the third and the last but not least point, that is called, it's very important to understand in the cluster C that it is personality disorder, which is named as obsessive compulsive personality disorder. Obsessive compulsive personality disorder. And obsessive compulsive personality disorder is all about that you have incessant thoughts. You have continuous thoughts. You always think about, if you think about particular thing, you are thinking again and again, repetitive thoughts, which is actually spoiling you, which is actually, affecting you, which is actually breaking you, which is actually, making you negative, which is actually, killing your potential and the creative mindset and the innovative mindset, which is absolutely wrong. I can say that, right? That is why you need to keep in your mind that please don't be affected by just impulsive thoughts, compulsive thoughts, repetitive thoughts, and which is obsessive compulsive personality disorder. And if you are affected by this, just get rid of it. Train yourself. Make yourself engaging more. Make yourself socializing more. Make yourself connecting more. Make yourself dynamic more. Make yourself a good communicator. Make yourself very positive. Make yourself more flexible. Because in obsessive compulsive disorder, personality disorder, you are less flexible, you are more hard and hard, you are more rigid towards yourself. Just you value yourself, that's it. And if you are not going to value others, and if not going to listen to others, how will you gain information and knowledge from others? That is why making your personality flexible, and apart from rigidness, like leaving rigidness, neglecting this rigidness, and you are making your personality very flexible, dynamic, spatial, polite, humble, so that you can be wonderful person, and you can easily win the people's hearts, and you can just dominate. I can say that, not a dominate actually, but you can hypnotize and attract others, and people will feel really secure under your shadow, and people will feel secure and feel funny, feel humorous, and feel relaxed under your guidance and a company or companion. That is why I would like to suggest and recommend that please make your personality very, very firm. But apart from this firmness, apart from this hardness or strongness or powerful, you must make your personality very, very flexible, dynamic, and spatial, and humble, and a kind of polite. And to make your personality dynamic and spatial, what you need to do, you need to bring some changes into your habits. The bring in the changes into habits is like meet new people, try to value others' opinions as well, try to listen to others also, and try to make good relations